What's up, everybody? This is Coach Reza and Sifu AJ.
What's up, everyone? We're here from energycultivation.com. And,
Yes, sir.
what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And we're excited to bring you a new video today. Um, Today's video is going to be about overall health, kind of reviewing what we've already talked about the last few videos, and kind of where we're going to go with the future videos and some important factors that just need to be covered in general that we think will help you get healthier quicker, and giving you the proper information will make you have more power and control over yourself and your life to get what you want and heal and feel good, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think what we want to talk about is some things that to maintain good health, you want to avoid certain things. I know that's been the general subject of the last couple videos. We're not trying to say avoid everything, but we want to help you regain balance because our normal, lifestyles kind of lead us towards an unbalanced mind, body, and emotional state, or whatever you want to call it, just unbalanced. So, um, I would like to first start off saying that the things that we can easily avoid that are external, um, or protect yourself from getting too hot or too cold physically, because your body temperature, is important to stay healthy. You want to keep your system cool. You got to think about your body kind of like a car, but imagine if your car never turned off. You know how hot the metal would get, how hot the car would get over time, you know what I'm saying? But if the car was like in Canada where it's cold all the time, it probably would last a lot longer. I don't know, I'm not a mechanic, but I'm just guessing if it was like in a cooler environment and it was never turned off, it probably would last longer than if it was in a hot environment and it never turned off. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably, and a car ain't gonna work without oil and gas, so you need to have your energy, but if you protect yourself, from temperature, that's an important thing. Also, to protect yourself from wind, that's an extremely important thing. Um, Even more so when you're wet. But when, wind is considered, something like a pathogen, or, it invades the body. And the reason for that is because our aura, or our self-defense, or immune system, as you like to call it, actually starts outside of our body, and it goes all the way down to our bone marrow. And every time we breathe in, this energy from our aura goes through our hairs into our skin, down, through the nerve fibers and blood vessels into the bone marrow, and when we exhale, back out from the bone marrow all the way out to the skin and hair and out to the field around us. So it's important to avoid wind if you can, and it's also really important on the internal aspect to realize that the heat aspect is important for the energy and vitality and everything, but too much heat will start to degenerate the body, and we're used to being running hot so much we might not even know how hot we are. But that's a different subject matter for a different time. And but the thing is, um, a lot of that internal heat can be avoided though through diet alone, and if you just have the right information on what the foods you're eating do to you, then you'll have a better way of controlling your internal body temperature and energy levels. So with that being said, I would like to say that damp heat is one of the worst things we deal with on a day-to-day basis, with what we were talking about before in the other videos, sugars and stimulants of sorts, can easily create this damp heat. Now, moisture is important, to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol will create too much moisture. If there's too much moisture, then heat will start getting trapped in. If heat starts getting trapped in and starts building up, then your system starts getting damaged because the heat's not escaping, and the moisture isn't cooling it down either. So the heat's trying to escape somewhere, and it's hurting your body while it's doing that. If our body stays cool, and then the excessive heat won't be a problem, and then the moisture can be balanced out, and then that's good. And the way you do that is make sure you're always, neutral. That's what you want to do. You don't want to get too cold, you don't want to get too hot, internally or externally. Your skin controls your body temperature and affects everything as we talk about, like your immune system, and it also affects your organs too. And your organs obviously affect your skin and all that stuff. So when you feel hot on the skin, you have to wonder, I'm really hot on the inside, probably, aren't I, right? Does that all sound right to you, Reza? Am I making sense to with what I'm saying here? Okay.
Absolutely, man. Very clear.
Okay. And then to take it to another level, am I forgetting anything? What else would we want to protect ourselves from?
Um, well, I guess you mentioned everything nicely. Wind, very big thing. Most destructive force and most harmful thing to our immune system. So I think you covered that pretty well. And the things that cause, heat and dampness, like you mentioned, are stimulants. And so it's
Yeah.
important to have a balance, find a balance between what we consume. And I guess, something else you didn't mention actually was about the five flavors according to traditional Chinese medicine. Um, the five flavors are ways of seeing how the internal organs are being affected, whether, it being having foods having an effect, being damp, causing dampness, causing heat,
Yeah.
uh, having a cooling effect, causing dryness. So I guess the idea is if you pay attention to the five flavors and what you're actually tasting, that you can find a balance of how the body's being affected uh, according to heating and dampness and coolness. But the five flavors are sour, bitter, sweet, salty, um, pungent, and those things are going to have the effects that cause dampness, heat, cooling, and dryness. So pay attention to what you eat, what you're putting in the body, and keep those in mind, and they'll help you as well when in coming to terms with balance